All right, welcome again, Wildcats. All right, so today we're looking at Monday, February 27th, and we're looking at rational function applications part 1. That's going to be on page 60. So if you would pause the video and update your table of contents. All right, I'm assuming now your table of contents are updated. Let's take a look at our notes, which are going to be on page 60. Okay, so if you want to write down your title, rational function applications part 1, page 60. All right, let's take a look at the notes. All right, so we're solving rational application steps. Okay, step 1, make the table. Step 2, write the equation. Step 3, solve the equation. Now, in step 3, you're going to refer to the notes on page 59 when solving the equation. Okay, and then step 4, answer the question in a complete sentence. So if you would pause the video and update your notes. All right, assuming your notes are updated, let's take a look at the examples. All right, so again, we're on page 60. All right, so let's look at example 1. All right, so it says solve the following problem using an organizational table to help set up and solve the problem. Answer the question in a complete sentence. All right, example 1. It takes Mr. Luke 3 hours to write lesson plans, and it takes Miss Newman 2 hours to write lesson plans. How long would it take if they worked together? Use a time equation to set up. Now, before we do anything else, what I want you to do is I want you to write down what you think, how long do you think it's going to take if we work together. So if you think it's going to take more time, write more time by this many hours. If you think it's going to take less time, say it's going to be less time, this many hours, or if you think it's going to be the same time. But I want you to actually write down and think about what you think the solution, the answer to this question is, okay? How long it will take. Okay, so pause the video a minute and write down what you think the answer to this question is. All right, so now keep that in mind. Now we're going to come back and we're going to see if you were close, way off, or so on, okay? All right, so now what I want you to do is I want you to try to fill in the table before I go over any of it with you. I want to see where you think things go, okay? So, and write light, so if you have to erase and change it. Okay, so pause the video, and I want you to fill in the table, putting what you think goes in the table. All right, now that you've tried that, let's take a look together. Okay, now in the doing task, we're writing lesson plan, so we're only doing one lesson plan, so the task is 1. Okay, now my rate is 3 hours. Okay, now the time, it says, takes the doing task divided by the rate. So in my case, it's 1 task in 3 hours. Okay, so now Miss Newman's task, so just doing 1 task. Okay, now her rate is 2 hours. So her time is 1 task in 2 hours. Okay. Now, I want you to think about the together, and I want you to see if you can fill in what goes in the together part. All right. So now that you've tried that, I assume, now that you've clicked play, that you've tried to fill it in, let's see what you got. Okay. Now together, I'm hoping you put 1 because it's still 1 task. Now here, the rate, we don't know the rate for how long it's going to take together. And when you don't know something, you use a variable. Okay, in this case, let's just use x. So x is how long it takes with us working together. Okay, now in this case, the time is one task in x hours. We don't know how many hours. Okay. All right. So now what I want you to do is pause the video again. Lots of pausing. Pause, pause. And I want you to write down what you think the equation will be. All right, so now you've paused the video, you've tried to write the equation. Now let's see what you got. So I'm hoping you got 1/3 plus 1/2 equals 1 divided by x. Now, well, last time I think for this, no, actually maybe two more pauses. I want you to pause one more time and think about why the equation is written that way. Why did we put 1/3 plus 1/2 equals 1 divided by x? All right, so I'm hoping that you came to some conclusion that, well, because we're working together, we're combining our time to c, okay? And that's going to be what our total time will be, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and do, now the next step is, last pause this time. So I want you to pause, and I want you to see if you can solve the equation, okay? So go ahead and work it out to the point where you're done solving it, and then click play to see, follow along to check your work, or unpause the video once you get to a point where you're stuck and you don't know where to go, okay? All right, so I'm assuming you've solved it. Now let's see where I can help you with, or see if you can check. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is multiply by the common denominator. And I want you to write down what you think the common denominator is, okay? All right, I'm hoping you said that it's 3 times 2 times x, which is 6x. So we're gonna multiply everything by the common denominator, okay? And then think about, why do we do that? Answer that question. Why do we multiply by the common denominator? All right, so 6x times 1 is 6x divided by, or I should say 6x times 1/3 is 6x divided by 3, plus 6x times 1/2 is 6x divided by 2, and then 6x times 1 divided by x is 6x divided by x. Now I'm hoping when I ask the question, why do we multiply by the common denominator, you said that is to get rid of the denominator, or the fractions. Because, watch what happens. 6x divided by 3 is 2x, plus 6x divided by 2 is 3x, and then x divided by x is 1, so you're left with 6. Now, go back to your notes on page 59 at this point, and then you're going and see, where do we go? Are we doing the linear route, or are we solving the quadratic route? All right, I'm hoping you see on your notes on page 59 that we're going the linear route. So we just add 2x plus 3x is 5x equals 6. Okay, and then we divide both sides by 5. So x equals 1.2. Okay, so now remember, you're going to want to write your solution as a complete sentence. Okay, so we would say that it takes 1.2 hours to write lesson plans together. All right, now at this point, what I want you to do is I want you to try to set up the table. Try to set up the table in example 2. Now, if you think you can set up and solve, then go for it. Set up and solve. But all I really want you to do is just try to complete the table. And then tomorrow, or not tomorrow because it is Friday, on Monday, I'll go over example 2 with you in class. And also remember, I'll ask you again if you want me to go back over example 1 as well. But I want you to try example 2, the table, and I mean, if you can, try as I shouldn't say just fill in the table. I want you to try as much of it as you can. Now, if you feel like you're getting it right, doing it right, just keep going and just work through the problem. But if at the minimum, I want you to complete the table. Okay? So with that, I'm going to go grab my kayak, and I suggest you do the same thing and have a wildcat kayak on the Leon River afternoon.